You know what I love? I love how misunderstanding this whole concept of marrying somebody fast. Let's break it down. So have a lot of women that will tell you, even older women, right? They'll say, if a guy really loves you, he'll know that he'll want to marry you in 6 months, 5 months to 8 months, right? But what you got to understand is every guy is different, right? For example, if you get a guy in his 40s or in his late 30s or even in his 50s and he's trying to marry you within 4 to 5 months, especially if you're closer in age to him, right? That's clearly fucking different. This is an old ass man. He's already lived a majority of his life. He's trying to get married, right? Now, say for example, if you have someone younger and maybe in your late 20s, mid 20s, and you have a guy that proposes to a girl, right? That guy is different from a guy that is like myself, or even a guy that has more options. You look at people that are like celebrities, or people who get women as if they're celebrities, right? And the reason I bring that up, and not to say that I'm some big celebrity, but when you're used to having more options, you aren't so readily available, right? And you'll even see this in school. Like growing up, as a child starts to discover his looks, as he starts to see that, okay, I'm a little better looking than some people, and he starts to get a lot of offers from girls. That's how it went for me. You get a lot of offer from girls, right? And you say, okay, well, that girl's not so good looking. I'll hold off a bit because I know that last week, this other girl basically asked me out on a date, or she showed interest. It's very obvious when a girl likes you, right? So when you know that you're worth certain options and you're starting to get certain options, you'll be able to hold out a little longer, right? And especially when looks fail to impress you as much, right? You have to go for personality. And one of the biggest mistakes is people don't show their true colors until after 5 months. 5 or 4 months is when people show their true colors, right? At least according to psychologists. And I find that to be true, especially based off my experience. And it's the same thing with females, right? A girl who's not used to having a lot of options versus a girl that's used to a lot of attention will interact with guys differently. And isn't so easily impressed and isn't willing to take that first option. But you have to understand everybody's experience is different and everyone is different. So if you're dealing with a different caliber of man, you got to understand that, listen, he's not going to want to marry you in fucking 4 to 5 months. You out your rabbit ass mind, especially if he has a lot of options, right? Now, if you get a man that's not used to a lot of options and you might be the best looking girl he ever talked to and he doesn't feel like he's ever going to come across this opportunity again, then yeah. But a guy who